this computer. Okay, so we're recording. Officially welcome everyone. Since you guys will both be on the on Zoom every week, this especially applies to you, but there might be times when you guys have some conflicts or whatever. Zoom takes a little bit of discipline in that you have to remember that there is a bit of a lag. So sometimes we might sort of turn to those guys to speak first, or you might have to jump in quicker if you're on Zoom. The other thing too is if you have other electronics going on, it doesn't take long for us to figure that out. So if these guys start texting and doing other things, we'll know that, and then I'll just kick you off. As well, it is possible when you're on Zoom that you can chat with other people on Zoom. That's funny, haha, but it doesn't take long to see one person typing and the other person laughing, okay? So show good behavior on Zoom.
Would definitely do that.
Yeah, well, it's my way of saying I'm on to them, okay?
Duffy just laughs all the time, so I don't even know.
Kevin's a happy guy. What can you say? He's a happy guy. We shouldn't penalize him for that.
I'm not good at poker.
Yeah, Alexis and Cassidy will be watching this later, so I'm completely disappointed that a few hours after your national championship, you have not found a computer to get on and be in class. I'm just joking. Congratulations. We had a department meeting actually, and we watched the final innings. That's exciting, and you guys are all to be commended for that. Enjoy the fruits of all your hard labor, and now welcome to the real world. So, anyway, but congratulations, it's a wonderful thing. Abby has a conflict tonight, so she'll be with us next time. If anybody has any reason to speak to Caleb Freeman, please let Caleb know to check his email periodically. Unless I missed a message, I haven't heard anything from him. So Caleb, please do that. And
did you send that email through Blackboard?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Why?
Because I looked back and I did not get that email.
Yeah, well, I got nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, you did send it through Blackboard because I went back today to make sure it was today and not 7 minutes.
It came from Blackboard. So
okay. Yeah, I honestly did not get it.
Caleb, I'm going to send it out tonight. I'll send it out through Gmail. Caleb, if you see this, I'm not mad at you. You can use the Blackboard excuse, but be that as it may, you probably should have said, hey, are we going to have class anytime soon? And I would have let you have known. So anyway, so thanks for everybody being here. What I want to do is I want to cover what class is going to be all about, answer your questions. You guys can pass this around. I wanted to wait. I'm going to email the two of you right now the syllabus. Actually, I'm going to be sending, Alex, I'm going to be sending you and Kevin sort of an abbreviated, I have to make a couple changes on this syllabus. I'm going to send you and everybody in class a final one after class tonight, okay?
Okay.
So give me a second here and let me just attach this. Kevin, how was graduation?
It was fun.
You had a good time?
Yeah, had a lot of people there.
I understand we had to only have the police remove one person.
Yeah, and they were sitting right in front of my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they got a good look.
What happened?
Nah,
They
person.
had like a big container of something, like a giant container, and they had like a coat kind of draped over it. And so it's probably some sort of alcohol or whatnot.
No, I don't know about that. Maybe that was something they had to remove, but we had somebody sort of bum rush the whole thing without a ticket and then gave everybody a hard time there. So,
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so the police had to remove that person. Hey, I should also tell everybody too, I will tell you that don't ever use Zoom or any web conferencing on your phone. Don't do that. The cell service won't be good. Also, it looks like you guys have a pretty good web connection. But if you're using Wi-Fi in a house or anything, make sure other people don't start getting on it. It's going to slow it down. Video conferencing is bandwidth intensive. So if I have something that's really, really important, I'll actually go and plug in an Ethernet cable so that the Wi-Fi will jack it up. So just pro tip. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about class. first of all, a little bit of a history lesson. So this is the SIE for your general studies requirement. Back in the day when I started here, there wasn't an SIE in the department. Students had to take their SIE in another department. So think about if your last semester you took a class in history or psychology or sociology or something like that. And it was kind of a mess along with the internship. So we created the SIE in the department. And then the person who taught it for, Victoria, stop, taught it for 3 weeks every single day. You did your internship from like noon to 8, and then when the class was over, then that was a mess. So then I took it over and been doing it now for a while. And I think there's 3 main thrusts that we really have that I want to talk about tonight. One is the dreaded SIE paper that you'll all be doing. Along with that is your rec talk as well. The exam, either the CTRS exam or the CPRP exam, and career preparation. So we really use this class to kind of be that not only a capstone for the major, not only the general studies capstone, but also kind of a bridge to the real world as well. Okay. We will be done. Well, you guys might know. When's your internships end? Riley, do you know? Have you ever figured that out yet?
It's just around. I officially ends, I think, August 15th, but I'm gonna be working a little bit past that.
15, 20th, 7th, 20th,
22nd, maybe?
22nd,
22nd.
22nd, Alex?
25th.
25th. Alexa, how many days until August 22?
There are 85 days until August 22nd, 2018.
So 80 what? 85? 85 days and done. Done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
So you say that now. So my experience has been your last semester, especially in the summer. It's a little bit like your academic career in college, in that the first part of it, like your freshman year, will go really fast. It'll be a blur. There's so many new people you're meeting, the information is new, you're trying to manage your time. It's a transition and it goes fast. And all of a sudden it's like, bam, I'm done with school. 25% of college over. Then, like your sophomore and junior year, things slow down a lot. Then, like your senior year, it's the last 3 weeks or so, and it starts speeding up again. So what we have to do this summer is really take advantage of that first kind of 2/3 of it, because the last is when you're not only dealing with your paper here, but you're also dealing with long and short-term projects and career work and everything else. If you haven't ever taken summer school before, it is a real semester, and this semester will be a real semester for you. So that's why I tell everybody enjoy the summer between their junior and senior year, because the senior year you're either out trying to figure out what to do with the rest of your life, or you're in an internship, one of the two. So welcome to the summer. Riley, where are you doing your internship?
Virginia's Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, and you're doing what specifically?
Working with the special events program, outdoor recreation.
Cool. Megan? Coach. Right.
Norfolk State, running camps and showcase service.
Cool.
Centera Life Care with their therapeutic activities.
Is that older people?
Mhm.
Cool. Alex?
Nichols College, Mass.
And what are you doing during the summer?
Facility management and men's soccer administrative stuff.
Are you there now, by the way?
No, I'm in Milwaukee. Leave probably tomorrow night. Drive through the night.
Oh, okay. How long a drive is it?
16-ish.
When are you leaving?
Possibly tomorrow night or Thursday morning.
Yeah, do you like driving overnight?
Goes quicker during the day, but I'd rather do night.
Yeah, I do too. Less cars on the road. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kevin, you're doing golf in Georgia?
Yep, I'm on the junior golf department of Georgia State Golf Association, and we're at an event right now. We just got finished kind of preparing the course and everything, and tournament starts tomorrow.
Are you getting to play any golf?
I mean, sometimes in the afternoon I'll go out and hit a few, but not really.
And these are for juniors, little kids?
Yep, ages 8 to 18.
Do you look at them with disdain and longing because they're the future and you're now old news?
Kind of.
At least you're not bitter about it. Okay, if we look at the syllabus, those are the tentative dates that we're going to be having class. I say tentative because right now I know when I'm going to be away, but it's not uncommon in my schedule for something to come up and I've got to travel and do something in the summer. So most of those are Tuesday nights. There's a good chance that we'll have at least one of them. We won't be meeting, but I'll let you know as soon as possible. I know that is. One of those nights, however, is a Wednesday. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's the 20th or something like that. Yeah, 20th I think is a Wednesday. As much as I love you guys, I'm not having class on my birthday, so we'll skip that. Okay.
Shame.
There is the only thing between you, a flat screen, and a massive bag of your clothing is me, so be nice, okay? I had to rent an SUV today to haul your stuff up to Massachusetts along with my stuff.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah.
I told you I would have took more.
Wow.
Leave this suitcase. I'll be down in November.
No, I get it. Where am I going to put the suitcase?
I don't know, in the garage, attic.
Keep it in the car, just in case.
It's like storage. Yeah.
You broke the suitcase.
I didn't break. Oh. Alex gives me this suitcase. It looks like it's with, a full tank of gas or something like that. And I take it out of my car and I lift the handle. It's one of those rolling bags. I lift the handle and the handle comes right.
It's never happened under my control.
No good deed goes unpunished. Okay, so that's when the class is going to be the text. You guys are all responsible for taking the either CPRP or CTRS exam. So the first thing you have to do, and you have to do it this week, right away, between now and the next time we meet, is you have to order the study guide, okay? Those of you in TR land you might want to talk to some of the people that just took the exam. I mean, they've got the study guide, right? Okay. If you do that, though, ask them if they wrote all over the practice exams that are inside of it. That's not going to help you out.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask if they have it and can give it to me, do I have to order it?
No.
Okay.
No. So I want you to procure it. Now, having said that, you need the official study guide for the CTRS exam. You can go on Amazon and there's like CTRS exam and CPRP secrets and all these things. What they are is they're generic how to pass a standardized exam. And then there's a tiny bit of content. So look for the right one. If you have any questions for the CTRS exam, just talk to somebody who's had the class or one of your Takira, either one. For those of you in management land, you're getting the official study guide for the CPRP exam. You get that on NRPA's website. Okay, so go to nrpa.org and then to the NRPA store and get the official study guide for the CPRP exam. Do not get the study guide for the National Playground Safety Inspector exam or the Aquatic Facility Administration exam, unless you want to run pools and playgrounds. Okay, so CPRP study guide. The NCTRC study guide comes from, I want to say it's either Venture or Sagamore or something like that. They're pretty good. NRPA is notoriously slow with sending out their orders. So order the study guide right away. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how they fulfill their orders. I think they let them like stack up or something. But sometimes people will order and actually won't get shipped for 2 weeks later. That's why I need everybody to do it right away. Okay. For the CTRS, Wayne, you're going to be coordinating with Wayne and Takira. It's offered every other month, so it's either July and you'd have to apply in the next 3 days, or it's September. So we're going to have you guys apply for the September exam. Obviously, I'm not going to be holding your grade, so the grade that's going to count for this class is going to be your practice exam practice exam grade will be the one that counts for the class. Okay.
And is that just like the practice exams just once, or?
Yes. Yeah. We buy the practice exam and then open it up so that you guys can take the
Okay.
practice
I didn't know if it
exam.
was like we can take it how many times we want. You take the best one.
It's open. No, it's open for 24 hours. You can take it as many times as you want, but yes. Okay. For those of you with the CPRP exam, the exam is offered on demand. So we're going to have you guys apply for the exam, and I'll get out information on that. Once you're approved for the exam, you have to get transcripts here and some other things for the exam. Then you actually will schedule the exam at a local testing site. So I don't know where they are in Georgia and Massachusetts, but they're all over the place. So you might have to travel a little while, but we will pick exam day. It'll be in August, and you guys will determine when you're going to take the exam. Okay. Questions about that?
I kind of have a question, but it's not really about that, but it's on this. It says that classes, it's 3 credits.
Yeah, no, this is, no, I'm revising it. No,
Okay.
it's
So
4
let's
credits.
say I need that $3.99 off. Because online it's 4 credits. I was gonna say, if it's actually 3 credits.
No, you're not getting it off, and you have to pay for the
I
CTRS
know.
exam, which isn't cheap either. Okay.
I got a question.
Yes, Kevin.
So in August when we take the exam, is that usually on like a Saturday, or is it during the week where it would take away from our hours?
You guys schedule are going to be scheduling that. So I'll pick a day for when this is going to be, and if there's a problem, then you can schedule it.
Okay.
All right.
When did he say we had to apply?
I'm going to get you that information. I'm
Okay.
going to send you a link for that, but you're going to want to get crack-a-lacking on applying for the exam. Okay. So everybody for the CPRP exam, will be taking it before the semester semester's over, so you're doing it during the summer. Okay, let me go on to page numero 2 here, the outline of topics. These are the things that we're going to be talking about in class. We're going to be talking about the liberal arts and certification and professionalism. We'll be talking about your facilitation, which is essentially your rec talk as well, how to put your paper together. All the class policies are in place. I would, however, like to refer you to page 4. Just as a reminder, we have a new policy on, you guys don't have this, by the way, a new policy on the absent. So just be mindful of that. If you get sick, you have to prove it, basically is what it comes down to. Now, we've had way too many students run over to the nurse when they don't have an assignment due and say, I'm sick. I know, never any of you. The way you're going to be graded, there'll be your class participation will be the first and second half of the class. Come to class, ready to participate. I know that you guys have had internships all day and other things going on in your lives, but this is one night a week. You get to show me this is the most important thing in your life. Which, having said that, I'm telling you right now, if you have conflicts with your internships, tough. You have this class one day a week, so figure it out. Go to your internship supervisors now and give them these days. And if they're planning special events or programs or birthday parties or whatever it happens to be, you're not available because you have to take this class. Okay? If you contact me and say, I have something in my internship, that sounds a lot like my internship is more important than class. And that's cool. I understand that. So that grade will be more important than the crappy grade I give you. So that's why I gave you these dates right now, right? Thank you for laughing, Kevin. Thank you for taking in the humor in which it was intended.
You're welcome.
Your rec talk. Your rec talk will be, did anybody go to rec talks in the spring? Just Victoria? Nobody else went?
That was literally just me, actually.
Wow. Your rec talk will be August the 14th, so make sure you schedule that, because if you're not here on August the 14th, then you can do your rec talk on May the 4th, 2019.
Is it going to be like this birthday situation?
Yep. You guys will be making formal presentations.
Is it videotaped or are we doing it over Zoom?
If you're not in town, you'll be doing it over Zoom.
Good looks.
And we will, but you're going to have to find the right kind of camera equipment and backdrop and audio and everything else.
Okay.
Okay.
So who's gonna be here?
What time, August 14th?
We invite alum and other students, we have
Oh.
junior interns, faculty and staff.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. What time? August 14th?
It'll be a regular time during class.
Okay.
Your SIE term paper and the progress you make on it. So, what do I want to talk about first? This paper is done in a different manner that you're probably used to. You're probably used to, oh, I've got a big term paper due, and you sort of chip away at it haphazardly, and then pull a miracle out of your hat the night before and start right-clicking on a whole lot of things and copying and pasting it. That's not how the world works. That's not how you should be doing professional level work. So what we do, and I will show you on Blackboard. So I'm going to share my screen here because we can do that.
Go technology.
Yay. Let's go ahead and share this. So what's set up, let me drag this on over if I can, so you guys can see. Can you guys still see Blackboard, or did I move it out of your screen?
It's out of the screen.
Okay, let me reshare.
There it is.
Okay. Okay, so the way it works on Blackboard is I've got set up all the pieces of your paper. The first and most important thing is that you guys are going to be picking out a topic for your paper. I'll talk more about that. And then the introduction is going to be due X amount of time later. The first general studies section, and the second one, and a summary, conclusion, recommendations. So you guys are going to be posting this on Blackboard in chunks. You're also going to be reviewing 3 other classmates as well. So you'll be building this term paper as the semester goes along. I don't know why, but for some reason over time the length of the term paper has gotten shorter and shorter. One of the things that happens is I think there's a little bit of groupthink that goes on where people informally will say to each other, hey, how long does it look like your paper is going to be? And then all the papers end up being almost about the same length. Even when I tell people in class, if your paper is the same length as everybody else, that's like a C on the depth of the paper. It's to your advantage for it to be longer. So one of the ways to look at this is we have how many weeks left in the 85 days? Math. Who can do math?
Wait. 7. Oh, wait.
It's about
13.
It's about 7 weeks. Okay.
I said 7.
Okay, so it's about 13, excuse me. Actually, 12 would be 84. Okay, so 12 weeks left.
Okay.
Last semester, the average length for a 14-week semester. Guess how long the paper was, Riley? Not including citations, just the prose.
Average length of the paper.
For a 14-week semester, Megan. 15 pages. You think they wrote on average a little over 1 page a week?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Chance.
8.
8. You think they wrote less than 1 page a week? Riley.
20.
20.
I was gonna say like 12.
12. Kevin.
Mine was 10.
Alex.
In the range of 15 to 16.
And the winner is 11 pages. That came out to less than a page a week, and that was absolutely horrible. So I do not say how long the paper has to be, because I want people to write, and people that want a better grade are going to do more work. It's not a question of writing more, it's a question of finding the citations. Duffy just got his cowboy burger, didn't he?
Yeah, sorry.
Man, starving now. So for the first time, I am breaking this trend. Your page viewer will be a minimum of 25 pages.
You said 25?
25, yes, a minimum of 25 pages. And that does not include the citations. Okay? And again, if that sounds like a lot, think about over the course of this semester. The intention is you're going to be writing a little bit of this at a time through the whole semester. And you find a good topic, and we'll talk about that, and the right kind of citations, the paper should practically be writing itself.
The whole thing to be done, or are these discussions?
Victoria just asked, did you hear Victoria's question, Kevin? What, Kevin?
No.
So Victoria's question was, are there dates for when this is due? You guys are going to come up with the dates this evening. Okay, I'll at the end of class, I'm gonna stop the recording, and the guys will come up with the dates. So you're gonna decide when the final topic is due, and the intro, the general studies, when the things due, rough draft, and I'll tell you all that. You'll come up with that. Okay, that's one of the reasons why you want you guys to have your calendars a little bit. I would say that it's important to give yourself enough time at the end of the schedule so that you can tweak this and revise it and things like that. A few other things about the paper to consider. It has to conform to an established citation method. I don't care if it's APA or MLA, but it has to be correct. The paper will be handed in on SafeAssign at the end of the semester. What SafeAssign does is it gives me an originality index and also shows me where something hasn't been cited correctly. It's okay if 90% of your paper is not original. That's okay. It means that you've gone out and found good sources and you're using the material and citing it correctly. If it comes back 100% non-original, then it tells me you're handing in somebody's paper. But oftentimes these papers will come back 20 and 30% non-original, and then it means it's all what you think. You haven't done the work.
I got a question.
Yeah, man.
When you said that it has to be just conforming to some type of like MLA or APA, is that going to be universal with everybody? Like we were going to agree with that, kind of like the schedule?
No. I know that there's some variation. Some people took English 105 and stuck with MLA. Other people said I started using APA. Just as you're going to get to pick that individually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about your topic and how you're going to choose your topic. Your topic has to be something related to recreation and leisure that you can address through a minimum of 2 general studies areas. Hey, Alex, if you're going to play the drums, mute yourself, okay? Wow,
Oh,
did you hear that? The thunder from Wisconsin.
Wow. Okay.
So the purpose of the SIE is there's a difference between educated and non-educated people, and one of those differences, and pros and cons, and one of those differences is we would hope that somebody that graduates with a liberal arts degree can look at a topic liberally from a variety of backgrounds. Okay. We want you guys to go through life not coming up with the first thing that pops into your head and saying, this is my opinion, and I'm sticking to my opinion. You know, one of the problems we have right now in the country is we're very fractionalized. We have groups. We have people that are very black and white, and people don't like to change their mind. They form an opinion, they close their mind, they don't want to open up to other viewpoints. Okay. I had this discussion the other day with somebody, and I went into the discussion, I started to have it, and then about halfway through I changed my mind, And the person who was still arguing with me finally had to say, wait a minute, I agree with you. You made some really good points. That's information I didn't have. I agree with you. And the person was completely taken aback by this because this doesn't normally happen. When's the last time you ever had a discussion with somebody about, I don't know, pick something, sports? And then all of a sudden you said, you know what, you're right. What's your favorite team, Victoria?
From what?
Anything. Football. You know, football. Chance, favorite football team. Buffalo Bills.
That's my dad's team. UNC for basketball.
Oh, you see, okay. So if I was a Duke, if I was a Duke fan and you were a UNC fan, in the course of our argument or discussion, would I ever come around and say, you know what?
Heck no.
Yeah. See, so
Especially a Duke fan.
yeah, exactly. So people tend to do that by nature, and it's not a healthy thing. So what we want you to do is we want you to pick a topic related to recreation and leisure. Now, when I say topic, your best bet is to pick an argument or an issue because it has both sides. Does that make sense? You can pick something that has two sides, and I'm going to give you a couple examples in a minute. Well, let me give you an example now. Let me think of one that somebody is going to say, "Oh, I was interested in that." Okay, so this is off the top of my head, and again, it should be something that is some degree of, to some extent, is topical. Right now in the country, we're sort of making it more difficult to immigrate into the United States, to stay in the United States. Okay, that has an impact on recreation and leisure. We lost surprise. That has an impact on recreation and leisure in that, or does it? Are people from overseas saying, I'm a little bit more concerned about coming to the United States because it doesn't appear to be as friendly to people that are coming here. A lot of colleges and universities are concerned about whether or not they're going to get as many foreign students to come over and study because there's some more hoops that they have to jump through. Okay, so is that good or bad? The other side of the argument could be, yeah, well, but if more people stay in the United States, it's keeping our money here rather than traveling abroad. If it's this sort of impact goes both ways. We've had people do work on youth sports. We've had people do things on different levels of disability and new therapies that are out there. Hold on a minute, I'm assuming this is Alex. Yes. Yes, Alex. Your internet just shut down. Can you unshut your internet?
He broke the
Okay,
computer
let me
with
put you
his
on.
typing.
Let me put you on speaker. All right, you're on speaker. Yeah, you continue to work on that. And I think Alex this is a good example. If you're on Zoom, you have to really have a robust connection. Okay. How to pick a good topic. Okay, so the first rule for picking a good topic is pick something meaningful to you. You're going to be spending a lot of time.
We can still hear you typing
Alex,
from
mute
the
yourself.
phone.
You can still hear me?
Yes, mute yourself.
Heavy-handed.
It's always a joy.
Yeah, it's like one.
It's always a joy.
There's literally no tab that's up.
No,
No, through
on
the
the
phone.
phone we can hear you.
Go.
So pick it. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the library researching this. You are going to be online. You're going to be writing about this. Pick something that's meaningful to you. The question comes up: can I double dip? Can I do something that's going to be helpful for my internship? Yes, you can, but it can't be your long or short-term project. Okay. If you're working with a population, you want to get to know more about that population. Kevin is interested in whether or not golf courses that have the big hole. What's the big hole, Kevin? What's that?
Are you talking about foot golf with the soccer ball where you kick it? And there's a...
Okay, sure. So Kevin, no, they're making golf courses where the hole is really enlarged.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they do have soccer golf in it.
Okay, so Kevin wants to decide, is soccer golf taking off or is it a fad? Is there money to be made on this? Yeah, absolutely, he can do that. But he can't also be doing a soccer golf project for his internship. Look at it that way. But again, pick something that's meaningful to you, that's going to help you long after this class as well. Recreation and leisure is loosely defined. It can be a professional and a personal interest. So it can have no relationship necessarily to your internship as well. It will help you if there is some degree of carryover, I think, because there's a practical application, but that isn't a deal breaker. The way the process works is a little bit like your personal life. So the first thing that happens with your topic is, it's kind of like you go to, where do you meet your men or women or whatever, Victoria? You go to a party. So you go someplace and, or some cheap bar, and you kind of eye your topic from across the room, right? So you sort of like, you eye it across the room and it catches your interest. Okay? That's where you guys have to be between now and next class. Okay? You have to like, I've thought about some things and, this is what I think I'm kind of interested in. All right? Because what we'll do next class then is we'll talk about your topics a little bit. Because again, that's what you do with people. You ask friends, hey, you know anything about, Kevin Duffy? And then people are like, ooh, stay away, scary. So, and Kevin, this process might also help you in your personal life as well.
Might.
Yeah.
You never know.
So then what happens after that is then you ask your topic out. Okay, when you ask your topic out, you say, all right, I can only ask out one topic at a time. So I'm asking my topic out. That's when you're going to go and find out if there's enough that's been written about this. You want to find a topic where a lot is known. It's been written about. There's journals. It's also been written about at the right level, too. Part of your paper, how it's going to be graded, is going to be the quality, not just the quantity, but the quality of your sources. If you're going to horrible websites, you're not going to use the Wikipedia for this. If you're using, really shady sources, that's not a help. So you want to find a topic where enough is known. No mystery topics, right? After you ask your topic out, then you will become engaged to your topic. At that point, you're going to start writing about your topic. You're going to start researching it and getting into the intro, because after you finish that, you're married to your topic. And divorce is very costly and very difficult at that point. So we will only want to get you into it like the first section before you're married to it. Make sense? So this is going to be a little bit of a rocket courtship here, but we have to get crack-a-lacking on this. Okay. So the first thing between now and next class is you have to eye your topic. And that can be topics, plural. So between now and next class, have 2 or 3 topics, things that you think you're really interested in. If you even want to go online and see if there's some information there, that's good too. Part of what I'll do is I will schedule a class with Tom over in the library. He's our liaison with social sciences. It's probably been a while since you guys did some real hardcore searching, and the library's portal has been new and improved, so I want him to take a little bit of time to show you guys how to do that. Even if it's a review, that's okay. All right, so we will do a little bit of that.
Question.
Yes, Alex.
You can veto our topics.
Alex's question is, can I veto his topic? I can, but I don't usually veto topics. What I will do is express any concerns about whether or not you're going to get enough coverage, enough's been written about your topic. But at the end of the day, it's something you have to feel strongly about.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's the first part of that. Questions about the paper?
Is our rec talk a summary of the paper?
Yeah, your rec talk is basically a 5-minute, 5-slide summary of your paper. And you can include in that practical application. So if you want to include in that, here's how it would apply to a recreation profession, that's fine. If you want to include in there, here's how it applies to my internship as well, that's fine. Again, find something you feel passionate about. Find a topic that you feel passionate about, an issue, a cause, something that's topical, that impacts you, that you feel like, I want to know more about this. All right, and don't pick something you already have your mind made up about. This paper, the only section that you write about for this paper are the recommendations. That's it. Recommendations. And what I do is when I read it, I read your paper backwards. So I read the recommendations first. So you've made these recommendations as to what happens next. Further research should go along this route. When there's recreation programs, it should apply to this group because of this work. What do you recommend based upon this topic that you've researched? Then I go back and start reading it, and when I read it, I'll say to myself, well, you know what, that's logical. I can see why they made those conclusions at this point. The rest of it is all work that you found from other places. Okay.
Can I run some ideas by you, like via email, or would you rather kind of like talk about that next class?
If you guys think that you have a topic that you feel really good about, then yeah, you can email me.
Okay.
That's fine. The other thing, sometimes it comes up, what happens if two of us have the same topic? Well, whoever talks about it first is going to get it. Okay. So it behooves you between now and next class to really give some thought to what your topic is going to be. Okay. So we talked about exam, we talked about the SIE paper. Last thing I want to talk about is your career preparation. So you guys are going to be going through my patented 10-step career preparation.
Patented?
It's patented. Well, patent pending. Okay. And all kidding aside, it has proven to be very, very helpful. I think oftentimes there's a feeling of, well, let me get through the internship and then I'll start job hunting and figure out what I want to do the rest of my life. I don't think that you guys are necessarily at a disadvantage because a lot of students graduated in May. You will be at a disadvantage, though, if you just wait until September, because typically a hiring period later on, nobody's hiring November and December. And it starts to get tough in October. And the reason why is because the year's coming up. Typically, agencies like to hire in the beginning of a year. And also, they know it's very difficult to schedule the interview process around the holidays and everything else. So it's going to be important for you guys as we start to work through this process. I know Alex is sitting there saying this might apply to some of you as well. I know where I'm going to be in September, but still, what we do is make you guys apply for positions with the sense of maybe something better will come along. Okay. Megan.
Like that. So I've been looking to apply to some places. I just don't know if it's really something I'm interested in. But should I just apply anyways?
Yes. So Megan's question was, she's been looking around, and look at the size of that burger that Duffy has. God, that looks good. So should I apply anyway? And my answer was yes. I'm always reminded. I had a conversation with our past president Greer one time, and his job was to raise tens of millions of dollars for the school. And I said, so what's your secret? How do you develop these opportunities for yourself? How do you, what's the secret? And he said, it's like fishing. The more hooks you have in the water, the greater your chance of catching fish. So if you apply for one job, that's your only opportunity, your only chance. It's kind of like roulette. I want to have my chips all over the table, right, before I spin the big wheel. So for this class, I will make you apply for 3 jobs and encourage you to apply to 33 more jobs on top of it.
What, during our internship and for future stuff, when is an appropriate time to start applying for other stuff? Say this is 3 months, when is it appropriate to start sending stuff out?
Anytime. So the question comes up, what happens if they want somebody to start in July and I'm in the middle of my internship? Well, I think that's a good problem to have. One of the mistakes that new grads and job hunters make is they talk themselves out of jobs they don't have yet. So I would apply for a job. The starting date is July 1. They call me in, they interview me, they love me, and then they say, great, can you start July 1? And I say, I'm still doing my internship, but I can be available 6 weeks later. Worst case scenario is they're going to say, sorry to hear it, we need somebody sooner than that. Okay, so you just lost a job you never had anyway, right? Best case scenario is they say, you know what, we'll make ends meet, we love you. Can you speed up your internship hours? Can you, start the second you're done there? The other thing too is what could potentially happen is they could say, we need somebody sooner, but we're going to have another opening. Can we call you up about that one? So don't talk yourself out of jobs. This also comes up all the time with positions that are looking for, a year's worth of experience and things like that. If you have 3 months worth of experience, that might be 3 months more than the only other person who applied. So don't talk yourselves out of it. So I'm going to be encouraging you to apply.
When you apply for that, can you put that information, like my internship ends August 22nd, can you put that in like a cover letter, or would that not be?
You can, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't talk yourself out of a position.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think, and when we start this next week, you guys will see. My philosophy is at this point in your career, all you want to do is just get your foot in the door. That's it. Nobody's going to get their dream job out of college. You're going to have to pay your dues for a little while. You want to end up with the right agency so you can develop new skills. You have to look at this long term. And it's interesting because I talked to somebody who graduated, what's today? About 6 days ago, I talked to somebody who graduated last year. And I asked, they came in, stopped, they were talking, how's your career going? It's going okay, but I'm just, I'm bored there and I'm not getting paid enough. It's all these things. And I said, yeah, but full-time job, getting a salary, developing new skills, all these things are going to get this next position. You guys are going to be measuring your work life in decades. So you can't be too impatient, right? So we're just trying to get you out there, get your foot in the door so you can move out of the home someday. Question. Okay. So I'm gonna cut this short then tonight. Well, actually, that's about all I want to cover. I'm gonna be revising the syllabus tonight. I'll get that out to everybody. We'll also get everybody on board for the next class. We meet again next Tuesday. Is that right? Yeah. So I'll see everybody next Tuesday. If you have any questions between now and then, but your homework is, number one, make sure your site knows the dates of class so there aren't any conflicts. What else?
2 to 3 topics.
2 or 3 topics.
And sign up for your books.
And order your study guides. Okay, I'll send out a link for the CPRP study guide.
Cool.
I'll see if I can find that. Okay, so I'm going to be working on this tonight, and I'll get that email out. Alex, you still with us?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, everything else? All right, let me hit stop, whatever here. Oh, pause, stop recording. Okay.